Hello, friends. Welcome to the series of tribes. In this series, we are going to learn about various tribes in India and world. As you guys know, recently, India has got its first president who belongs to a tribe in Odisha. Her name is Draupadi Murmu. After she became the first tribal president of India and second woman president after Pratibha Tai Patil, it has been very important to understand various tribes of India, tribal culture, and overall situation of the tribes in India. In this series, we are going to understand that. When we say tribes, what comes in front of our eyes or into our mind? So, the characteristics of tribes. We see various characteristics of tribes, like they are wearing different kind of clothes, they are having different kind of hairstyles, they have tattooed their body, they speak in a different language, they have different festivals. So these are the characteristics of tribes. These characteristics are different from the mainland people. They are called as indigenous people of the land. They are also called as a fourth world. So we know first world, second world, third world. Okay. But tribes are called as a fourth world. So since they are completely disconnected from the main culture, they are always been seen as a most backward people, most uncivilized people. That's why they have been termed as a fourth world. So they have real roots to the original land. They have real roots into the soil of the land. Most of the tribes in India, they are even from pre-Aryan period. Okay, so whatever Ramayana and Mahabharata we know, they are dated even before that. So because of that, their culture, their language, their lifestyle is very, very different. So in this series, we are mostly going to see the tribes of India. So let us understand overall picture of the Indian tribes. So here you can see these are the tribal people in this picture. So you'll surprised by the various facts that tribal population is 8.61% of the total population of the country. Okay, so in terms of numbers, they are 10 to 11 crore people in India according to 2011 census. So you can imagine the current population of Germany is around 8.5 crore. The current population of Australia is around 2.5 crore. If we combine the population of Germany and Australia, the tribal population of India goes to that level. So, just tribes of India, the population is almost equal to the entire population of Germany and Australia together. So, they occupy about 15% of the total area of the country. It's a huge area. Mostly they live in jungles, in hilly areas, but some of them are even living in the cities. Around 1 to 2% of the tribal people now shifted to the cities. Okay. So, if you see at present, then India has the second largest population of tribes in the world after Africa. We know, we have seen in a different movies that, or on the Discovery Channel, Nat Geo channel, we see that Africa has the highest number of population or highest people of tribal sect in their country. But in India, we are at number two in terms of whole population as a tribe. Okay. So if we see this tribal population, in which states they are present, in what number, then we can number these states like the first state which has the highest number of tribal people is Madhya Pradesh. Second is Odisha, from where Mrs. Draupadi Murmu belongs. Third is Maharashtra. Fourth is Rajasthan. And fifth is Chhattisgarh. Okay. So Madhya Pradesh, in terms of number of people, they have the highest number of tribal people in their state. And second is Odisha. Now, if we see that the kind of protection or kind of privileges that the tribal people get in India is because of Constitution of India. So, according to Article 342, it gives protection to the particular number of tribes. So, Article 342 of Indian Constitution recognizes 705 tribes. These tribes are incorporated into Schedule 5 of Indian Constitution. That is why they are called as the Scheduled Tribes of India, because they are incorporated into Schedule 5. So what happened? Pre-independence time, these tribals, they faced a lot of trouble from Britishers. You might have seen the various movies like RRR. In that, they have shown how tribal people were facing harassment from Britishers. Many of them were considered as a criminal tribes. They were not given land or the forest by Britishers. So, after independence, the government, through the means of constitution, gave them special rights, special protection. So, this Article 342 recognizes specific tribes, and these tribes are incorporated under Schedule 5. So, there are right now 705 tribes have been recognized by Indian Constitution. Okay. So, these are the specific provisions which have been made for the tribes. Now, we have seen that Madhya Pradesh is the state which has the highest population of tribes. But if we compare that with the population of tribe to the population of the entire state, then Mizoram has the highest number of tribal population, because 95% of the Mizo people, they are tribes. Nagaland, 89% of the Nagaland's population is a tribal population. Meghalaya and Arunachal Pradesh, around 80% of the entire population is a tribal population. Though number wise they are less than Madhya Pradesh or Odisha, but overall composition of the population is more in terms of the other people in the state. So Mizoram has the highest ratio of tribal to non-tribal people. Tripura 70%, and then Madhya Pradesh, Odisha, they come around 23 to 20%. Okay. Now, if we understand the number of tribal communities living in the particular state, then Odisha has almost 62 tribes. Okay. So as we know, there are various tribal states. Mizoram is there, Nagaland is there, but hardly few communities of tribal people are living there. But Odisha, as many as 62 tribes are living there. That's why Odisha has the highest diversity of tribes in India. All these tribal people have their own language. Some of them have their own script. So approximately they speak around 480 languages. Can you imagine 480 languages? It is said that in India, including languages and their dialects, around 2000 of them exist. So tribal people speak around 480 languages. But all of these languages are not preserved. Many of these languages are dying because tribal population is slowly, either they are migrating to the urban area or their population is being reduced because of various levels, various reasons. So 42 of these languages, according to UNESCO, are critically endangered. So UNESCO looks after these things. Which tribes are critically endangered, their culture which is critically endangered. So UNESCO tries to preserve this culture. Okay. So I hope आपको ये tribes के जो facts है वो समझ में आ रहे हैं, and they are very important from our prelims and mains point of view. Okay. Now you will be surprised to know that the sex ratio among the scheduled tribes is higher than the sex ratio of the entire nation. कैसे? तो शेड्यूल्ड ट्राइब का जो सेक्स रेशियो है दैट इज 990 फीमेल्स पर 1000 मेल्स, whereas the average sex ratio of the entire country is 940 females per 1000 males according to 211 census. So you can understand that the condition of women is better in tribal regions or in tribes compared to non-tribal regions. Okay, so these are the various characteristics of the tribes. There is a state Goa. Previously, it did not have any population of tribe. It was a tribal free state. Okay, but after 2001, what happened? Certain tribes have been given recognition into the schedule, like Kunbi, Gauda, Veli. After that, this tribe constituted almost 10% of the entire population of the Goa. So now Goa also has a tribal population. Okay. Now, if you see number wise, different tribes are in different numbers. Generally, these tribes they don't intermingle with each other, they don't intermarry each other. That's why it is very easy to count their population. Okay, so if you see, we have three major tribes in India. These are Bhils, Gonds, and Santals. Why they are called as a major tribes? Because their population is 30 lakhs or more than 30 lakhs. So Bhil is the largest tribe in India. The population is highest among all the tribes. Then after that you have Gonds, then you have Santals. After that you have tribal people whose population is more than 5 lakhs but less than 30 lakhs. So under that you have, for example, Minas and Mundas. And the smallest tribe in India is Andamanis. Okay, they stay in Andaman Nicobar Islands. So they stay in Andaman region. Their population is as small as 19 people. Okay, so these tribes are many of these Andamanese tribes are critically endangered tribes. Okay, so these are the overall general characteristics of tribes. And as I have told you, there are many protections which have been given by the government of India to these tribes. And this is the first time in the history of the humanity that a particular democracy has chosen tribal president, and specifically in India, she is the first and second women president. Okay, so each of these tribes we will see one by one in next part of the series. Thank you.